The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters.
Let's go to Shivan in Boston. Shivan, what's happening, brother?
I'm watching you both on Tiger TV.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely it is. Learning a lot from Tiger.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you Tigers and Tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, we have the Dow up 17, Nasdaq up 5, S&Ps are up $1.50. You get gold down 11 at 16.01. Silver is 27.80. We got let's see, oil is 93.60. Bonds are down a point and 7 ticks at 147.19, and King Dollar is up 19 ticks at 82.50. And the euro is up 7 at 123.40. And bottom line is that you're going to see King Dollar basically
doesn't want to give up, does it?
No. And King Dollar
got legs.
Well, what you have out here today is going to get interesting, and this is what it is. King Dollar, folks. Okay, he already came back into the low of the last couple days, rejected that level. We already have 8,600. Now, 8,600 contracts is not a lot, but what it's a lot at this time of the day after a rejection of lower price, and the acceleration up about 40 minutes ago had the juice behind it. So it's going to take some juice to get by the 8260 area, but I think the thing's set up. And what I particularly like this morning is that you've already had someone, just like yesterday morning, inside the S&P's
the futures contract,
basically selling it.
Yeah.
You know, now, if we go over the NASDAQ.
Talk about going up without volume.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
mean,
so check this out. Yeah, yesterday, folks, okay, we did 484 million shares. I mean, no one's in the store, and they're pricing the product up, and people are buying it. If you want to, you know, I just said to Steve, you know what the sad part is, folks, okay, people wonder why they haven't made money in 10 years. And, you know, in the market in particular, meaning that, okay, I don't care whether the index fund or whatever you're in, okay?
Yes.
People are still trying to get their money back.
Yes, yes.
All you have to do is, you know, when you were talking about the first hour, is these IPOs. It's the biggest scam in the world.
Oh.
I mean, the bottom line, folks, is that the bankers are taking everyone to the cleaners. I mean, these IPOs that have come out, we're just looking at one. What, is it Evo? What is it?
Yeah, well, you know, there's four you could just look at right off the top. You got Envivo, E-N-V-I.
So let's
okay,
start.
Now that one is
so let's start with that one. It's totally, folks. You got to look at this now. Look at this just for a second, okay? So what do these people do? Okay, they do IP video processing and distribution solutions. Folks, that means nothing. We have two producers all day long. So picture something. We do 9 hours of programming, and all that ends up happening is that one starts. There's 2 separate studios. And that's all we do all day long. Okay,
yeah.
this
is revenue of about, I think it was 30 million or so
a year.
Right. That was the last. This is not
brain surgery here. Okay.
That's right.
Bottom line, you know, their market cap right now is only 71 million, but they went up an IPO at $10. So the bottom line, they have a $350 market cap.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you take a look at the chart, and you see it's been nothing more than
they're going out of business.
An absolute ride down.
Yeah, they're going out of business. There's no doubt. First day, it's trading at $9.88 to $8. Blows apart today. Groupon's next.
Groupon. Yeah, take a look at Groupon. And that's the amazing story, because they were offered big bucks by Google, Microsoft, whoever it was, and you know, just so that one's insane. Then you got
so with Groupon is an ABC down at $3, folks. That's how that's shaken out. So what you had is that it went by the 635.
Yes.
We've already got the volume. It's already done 21 million. Now that's only a 1-to-1 ABC.
Right.
Okay.
Then you got Angie's List.
Angie's List.
Poor Angie. Yeah. How could I? Come on, that should be a protected name.
Right, totally. Now, what's the symbol in Angie's List?
ANGI.
ANGI. This is done too. Okay. She's going into. Yeah, she's an ABC down. So your 8 point is what? 1982. Your B is 12, so let's say $7. So she's on her way to $8, and she's 11.41.
Yeah. Now you've got, on the other side, you've got, good solid companies that have real growth, have real products or something. So you have, Coors, okay? So you got Michael Kors, okay? Michael Kors, doing well, expanding, revenues are growing, so there's an IPO that's doing well. MasterCard, you'd have to go back further, but when you take a look at MasterCard and Visa, real legitimate entities, that are out there.
No, for sure.
So you got to really kind of take a look at
you better take a look at
what is it that they're doing, how quickly, as David, as he does on the technology newsletter and the technology hour, and was good enough to really point out to you about all the lockup agreements.
Oof.
Inside Facebook, and taking a look at some elements fundamentally, who are their competitors, what's your competitive edge, and things of that sort. And
big time, And the big deal this week, folks, okay, we're Tuesday, is Thursday morning, okay? Thursday morning, the lockup of 200 million shares gets done on Facebook, and out of that 200 million, Goldman Sachs has 90 million. So the bottom line is that Goldman Sachs going to sell them?
Well, I heard you yesterday afternoon. You were saying it's about 1 billion shares or something, isn't it? Over a period of I don't know, is it a month or what?
9 months. It's 1.9 billion,
which
shares.
is what, 5 times or so the
it is
outstanding float that it got.
It is 3 times.
3 times. Okay.
Right now.
Okay. 3. Yeah.
Right now to 674 million.
That's insane.
Now, and watch this, folks. This is the important thing to understand. So you have to put yourself in this position, and I've been in this position, by the way, because if I buy a private placement, okay, what ends up happening is that on private placements, what happens, folks, is that you have you always want to know where you stand. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
Okay? So
absolutely.
On a private placement with a public company, most of the time, folks, you're locked up for 1 year to 2 years, and then there's a warrant with it, and there's a couple different things you can do. But what you're always cognizant of is, number one, how many are out there?
Yeah, where are you compared to the others?
Number 2, where exactly? Now, watch what ends up happening, and it also has to do with the transfer of the certificate. Okay, so this is where it gets...
No question, yeah. That transfer agent process.
It gets technical because you need to transfer the certificate.
Because then you're dealing with attorneys, you're dealing with the CEO, CFO.
You got it. You got to get the baby stamped.
Oh, you do.
Okay?
That's right.
Now, so inside that, what you have is this. Goldman right now and Microsoft are looking at them, and they're saying, okay, we can sell Thursday morning.
Yes.
Now, the speculation... the propaganda out there, let's put it that way, and this is the propaganda by Facebook, because the Facebook CEO was sitting with all his institutional investors, blabbing about, this is why you should hold it, and, that's his job.
Yes.
But bottom line, so... had one blurb come out 2 days ago that Microsoft thinks they're going to hold it, right?
Okay.
Then there's no blurb. That wasn't Microsoft that said that. That's just the PR that's going out there.
Right.
Then the other one, of course, no one is doing the PR for Goldman. You gotta put yourself in that position, folks. If you put yourself in that position and you're the first 200 million out, and Facebook already went from 45 to 20, and you got 1.7 billion coming after you.
Yeah.
Shares.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
That's right.
It's that simple. What are you going to do? Do you want money, or do you want to risk that you don't have any money?
You want less money. That's right.
And it's always, and see, in both cases, by the way, they both are still in winning positions.
Yes.
That's crucial to understand too.
Yes.
If they hold any longer, though, they're getting very close. Once you start getting down to $18, $17, they start going in a losing position.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be. Watching that shake out is going to be an example for all of us, just as to how the mechanics inside this work when it comes out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. That in the next 9 months, you're going to triple the float.
It's over the top. It's particularly over the top because of the way. See, what they're looking at, the Facebook employees, ZNGA, are looking at the guy that runs Zynga. Which is at 294.
Yes.
They cashed out.
Okay. When
they got all their money. So watch what happened with Zynga.
Oh, no kid.
Yeah. The guy that runs Zynga, folks, okay? And the guy with Groupon cashed out quite a bit. This guy, Mark Pincus, though, at Zynga, right? He cashed out 2 separate times. And Goldman Sachs did, too. And the way they did it, He got to cash out on the IPO, a certain amount. But then what they did, they took it to the public again. They did a secondary at $12 all the way up here in March.
Okay.
They sent out another $200 million. And all those people just got toasted and roasted. So they got their money. So they'll come back with another, program, another company somewhere along the line because they're sitting on that cash hoard.
Yes, yes.
Sick. Unreal. 877-927-6648. Look at that. They can't kill gold. They're trying to kill gold. Can't kill it. This is the dynamic out here today is going to be gold, bonds, and the dollar.
Yes, okay.
And it's going to be a beauty because what they did with gold this morning, folks, they hit it hard, but it was only 81,000 contracts, and that's not enough to break it. They got to hit that with a couple 100,000 contracts because you're going into 159,000. There's an extension there, but not enough. If we go over to the bond market, we look at the bond market. The bond market is going into the low that was established 2 days ago, and it's going to be hard to break that too. It was 27,000 contracts. The first leg down had, it's got to be close, had 28,000.
Okay.
And then, though, that didn't hit the low. That hit 147.18, and that low was 147.10. And then when it got down to the 147.11, it only did 1,300 contracts versus the 27,000. So that says that's going to hold. That's going to come back up again.
Yeah.
Deviance. Deviance in the marketplace. It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go home.
That's a beautiful thing. I'll tell you, it's last night, Asia, sideways market, right?
Yeah.
The FTSE,
I think the DAX is, has been for a while. The DAX is still the one that we pay attention to because you got that Gartley sell pattern that's out there. You take a look at the market, you see the DAX is up 51 points. But the reality, so far, all it's doing today, first, if it closed like this, you got one of those doji candles. You got a 0.786. It's telling you it's running out of steam. And and so no, I don't know. I don't have the volume behind it. I believe you did see some volume a couple trading sessions ago.
I did
on the DAX.
But let's go.
But
look
it's still
at that.
still just kind of hanging out here.
Now, okay, so the DAX, we'll get 69.55. Let me just see if it got over that. Okay, so this is good. Okay, so we had.
Yeah, you got so it got over
there's the
August 9th. Was that the date?
69.89.
Okay.
Perfect. So this is what's happened. It got over it today. If it closes under the 69.89, I'd say you get action. Let me ask you something. Because you know what that looks like? Do you remember when we did the Go Long America tour, right?
It looks like the Russell 2000.
And what happened, folks, is that Tiger Gartley, right from when we did the Go Long America, it's still in play. And
no, it is.
It's amazing. One. And it's made money. It's made money. We made money 3 times.
Yeah.
Ready for the 4th time now. But so when we come back, we want to see is that a weekly? Because remember on the Russell, the Russell we had a weekly.
And we had a butterfly's anchor.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at it, yeah.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us, folks. You stay right there. We'll come on right back.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pezzavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, we have the Dow up 25, NASDAQ up 4, S&Ps are up 2. Let's go to Ilka in Boston. Ilka, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. Hi.
Hey, we can see your horns. I can see your horns. Oh, well, you're looking beautiful with those horns this morning.
Well, today's the day. If anything should happen for you, two bears, I think there would be something. I'm still not positive. But I'm calling, well, first of all, yeah, we have a bet. So the bet is still on because...
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Down drop did not happen, and my up is still just kind of climbing, but there's just nothing big going on.
What are we betting? Are we betting at Regina's Pizza?
We can do that, yeah.
I'll tell you, if we lose, we'll send you and your whole family, we'll send you a whole bunch of Regina's Pizzas. And then if we win...
No, wait. You don't have to send anything to me. I live in Boston, so I can just go there and have one.
That's perfect. And then if we win, the next time Steve and I are in Boston, we'll meet you and your husband and your kids, awesome. And we'll have a blast down there.
And if not, then we're coming there in December, and we'll buy you lunch.
I just want a jar of goop.
I
just want the goop.
What happens, folks, at Regina's is this goop that it's a garlic. Let's see, it's a garlic hot pepper oil sauce that you if you go to Regina's, you have to ask them for it because they got it stashed away.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you got to know the deal.
Very good. I have a question for Steve. Steve, remember, I think it was last week that you were saying that I think it was $1 that you had in 3 drive.
Yes. the U.S. dollar index.
My question would be, does that work kind of like, I should have asked maybe Larry or read his book a little bit more carefully. I didn't have the time, but
That's okay.
Does that work more like the Head and Shoulders, that actually the 3 drive to the top or to the bottom actually have to happen on the top or on the bottom? For them, like for instance, you were thinking that the dollar will actually start climbing up.
Yes.
Because it had the 3 drives. And I'm thinking more of, well, it happened on the top, not on the bottom. Does that still work?
Yes. Well, it's still, you know, what you're dealing with. So so the best way to trade a 3-drive pattern is, now you don't force it. So in this case here, when we're saying 3 drives to a bottom, it doesn't have to be where you're making a market low necessarily. Okay, and I think that's one of your that's one of your questions. And what you want to see have occur is in this case here, you've got 2 beautiful 1.272 expansions. So you know that's one of the Fibonacci numbers that we like to use.
Yes.
And then what you've also got is you've got really the same time period, the same number of candles between each of the drives here. Now it happens to be off by 1 candle. That's close enough for me. But then the other thing that you're really looking at is as it's making, in this case here, as it was making its drive downward, it was coming against a retracement, 2 retracements of swing points that also were Fibonacci numbers. So it was coming against the June 19th swing point low, and that was a 0.786 retracement as you completed that pattern on August the 7th. Then you also had a 0.382 retracement coming off that May 1st low. So you now all of a sudden, it's a beautiful pattern from the standpoint of the line really has been drawn in the sand. That area gets broken because that should be really strong support. If that, not that the dollar couldn't pull back and try to test that area, but if you get it closed below that, it absolutely says that there is lower prices coming in the U.S. dollar. Absolutely, you know.
Boy, that's a pretty chart, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't have to happen at the support. It could happen also close to resistance and just proving prior to breakout.
It's yeah, she's saying it could go back up. Yeah, it could. It could go back up and fail. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, what I'm just saying is because I would think that type of pattern would happen more on the support line than on the resistance, where this is happening at the resistance kind of, where the 84.20 is. I mean, it's close to the resistance where it's happening. Then on the bottom of like 78, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's happening close to the resistance more than on the support on the dollar.
Which okay, so stay with that for a second, because see, and that's pretty cool what you're saying. In that context, that would mean that the dollar is actually stronger, though. So because, see, if you bring it all the way back to 81.30, right, which is coming down.
That's right.
This is saying that it did 3 drives, and it was higher than the lows.
That's right.
Now, most of the time, what you see, Oker, is this. Is that when there's 3 drives to the top or the bottom, they normally break everything. I mean, if they're the bottom, they're breaking lows. You know what I mean? If they're top, they're breaking highs.
Yeah.
Now, you brought up something that is pretty cool, because it's almost like the dollar had done 3 drives to the top and then 3 drives to the bottom, right? Is that, I mean, you see that one before that?
Yeah.
It's not as pretty as the bottom one.
Yeah, and so what I don't do is I just don't force that. I make sure that it's symmetrical.
Right.
And when it's symmetrical, and then you're coming against, another retracement level or maybe an ABCD pattern or what have you, it's really helpful because it really draws a line in the sand, in my opinion.
Very good. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for asking.
Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Bye-bye, you guys.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us, folks. You stay right there. We have the Dow up 25, NASDAQ up 4, S&Ps are up $1.50. We're going to be right back.
Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow up 11. NASDAQ is up 1. You get the S&P's flat. Gold is down 10.20. I can already taste that pizza that Ilka is going to be buying us. I can taste it.
Now, just to go back to Ilka, what I've got on my screen here, folks, if you're watching us on Tiger TV, I've got the 60-minute chart of the U.S. dollar Japanese yen.
Okay.
And it's another 3 drive to a top pattern that occurred. Now, as I pull this back here, and you can see it colored in here, and it was also making 1.272 expansions. Wasn't as beautiful as the one on the U.S. dollar index, but as I pull this back here, you can see it wasn't anywhere near the highs out there.
Yes.
So you're watching for those patterns to occur. Now, as I recall, this was also coming up against a 0.618 retracement area, and so you want to really pay attention to those areas. I don't know why they work. I just know that they create some type of exhaustion. Either up at the top or at the bottom.
Exactly.
And they're really great areas to identify, what's great about a pattern like this or the Gartleys or butterflies or swing point patterns, because they all have, is that there is so much to learn from failure. You learn more from failure. Right. So it's either way, this is a successful pattern because of the way that you play it. In this case here, you would have gone ahead and you would have shorted. You would have gone short the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. But if this pattern here failed, what this would have told you was you would have gone up to the 0.786 level. And that's how you would actually trade the other side of the pattern on the U.S. dollar index. Now, in the case of the U.S. dollar index, you really got to be paying attention to what's going on with the currencies in total. Because it's not just that's the underlying instrument is the euro, the yen, the pound, the Canadian dollar. So it's a little bit more complicated in trading that.
Well, a
little bit more.
No, I'm with you. Because you have to pay attention to the numbers, no doubt. But every time I look at the euro and I look at where they're at, it's like, you know what, bottom line is that the euro wants to go to 119, probably wants to go to par, and that's how they're going to get out of it. But we'll see whether they get if they give up all their rights. The euro, they're in a situation now, folks. That's the bottom line. Is that they're going to give up all their sovereignty.
Look,
and if they do, who runs it?
That's true. Yeah. And the euro, because they certainly aren't doing anything to figure it out. This is the longer term. This is the monthly chart on the euro, which folks, I've had this drawn for so long. And this is a 1.272 butterfly buy.
Okay.
And so right now the euro is trading inside its June 30th swing point. June 30th, 2010. Can't get out of that swing point. Hasn't tested the bottom. It wants to test the bottom. And there's a really nice butterfly buy pattern. If the euro ever gets down to par, let me tell you, and it holds that area, gives us a nice candle signal, we want to be all over the euro down there.
Right.
Just a long-term, 1.272 butterfly buy down in the when it gets down to par. Be kind of crazy, but nobody will want to buy it then. Then everybody was saying, okay, it's over, and done with. But at least at this point in time, that's what the euro says. It at least wants to get down and test the low of June in 2010. That's that 118, and we know that the charts say that it wants lower price than that.
And you know what? There's going to be plenty of people. I want to bring Angie over to Italy, so we'll watch when it gets down there. No doubt. All that great pottery, all those great villages, man, forget it.
Yeah. Hey, get all the nice leather stores, all the nice fine, I'm going to send you with some money over to...
I'll tell you a funny story, folks. This is a funny story, man, I'm telling you. I went to Italy once, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm on the Amalfi Coast.
Yes.
I walked in a pottery store, right? I bought the whole store out.
Did you? I love it.
Folks, this would end up happening. I fell in love with this pottery so much, right? I said, oh, man, I'm going to bring all this home.
Yeah.
That I absolutely, the two proprietors of the store, they hit the jackpot. There's no doubt about it. I did too, but they actually hit the jackpot. So what happens, I first start saying, okay, I'll take this one, take this one.
I didn't know you owned a retail pottery store.
Well, this is what I did. And then I looked around. I said, I'll just buy it all. I said, just buy it all. I says, and what I had done, and this is how friendly Italy is, folks, which is just amazing. I was in I was in Vietri, I think. And I had said to the guy, I says, okay, who is the biggest pottery exporter around here?
Okay.
He says, well, it's so-and-so up the street.
Yeah.
So I walk up the street, and I walk into this place. Place is huge, right?
Yeah.
And I asked for the guy that owns the place. He says, well, what do you want? I says, well, I just bought this pottery place out down the street, and I want to ship it all back to the United States. And I said, okay, fine. I go up and I talk to the guy.
Yeah.
He totally takes care of me. It was amazing. So picture this.
Gotta love it.
He says, okay. He says, I'll take care of the whole thing for you. Don't worry about it. Because he wanted to do business in the future, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know if I'm going to do business. I just wanted to, bottom line, I brought it all home. And to this day, this is what's so funny. Is that I have this beautiful, plates that we use every day.
Yeah.
And when we were at Colorado last week,
yes.
When I see those plates, I always go in. You know what they want for these plates now? It's a joke, like $120 a plate.
Really?
Yeah. And I think, I did this like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's 20 years ago. And I might have paid, I don't know, maybe $10 a plate.
Oh, no.
That was expensive then, but it was nothing.
Right.
Compared, talk about a nice investment, man. And getting a lot of good use out of it. Isn't it funny, though?
No, it's...
But what's really, what I learned more than anything over there, I loved that place. You could talk with anyone there, whether you could even talk Italian or not. And I couldn't talk Italian.
Yes.
But it's a cool place, man.
You were doing business. You were doing business, man.
I was.
You were talking the language.
I don't know. Oh, my God. I'm telling you. Unreal. So this market wants to hang in here except the small caps. Oh, and finally the XLE. This XLE wants to crack, but it just won't crack, man.
It will.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Let me see who's cracking inside that today. No one really heavy, so that's kind of interesting. There's something in there that's making that go south, but when I look at it, right off the bat, I can't see it. So,
yeah, it just it'd like to see it maybe at this stage here just test that May 1st high.
Yeah,
just
just whack it and get rid of it. No, for sure.
It's getting close, but doesn't have the volume. I mean, yesterday was, 8 million shares?
Right.
And going into 14, so that also doesn't have the volume out here. The XLF, I haven't looked at that here for a while, so to see what's going on in the financials, because, I think it's a technology sector, the energy sector that will both lead things down.
Yes.
But, the financials haven't, in the financials, it's so hard to now really pay attention to the XLF because of the, having
the
different
REITs,
underlying instruments
that are inside
there.
it, right? Like Bank of America's done. It's coming into 250 million shares with 41 million. Citigroup too. When I looked at both of those, I was looking at them yesterday.
Yeah.
Citigroup and Bank of America are absolutely done. J.P. Morgan is fine. Well, wants to pull back, but Wells Fargo is the strongest bank out there. I mean, if you look at Wells Fargo, J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Citigroup, meaning retail banking structure.
Yes.
Wells Fargo looks like they're going to eat the breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. Well,
big difference, and what more than likely what that still has to do with
totally better managed, bank.
Yeah, and probably the amount of mortgages that are still basically marked to magic.
Yeah.
The mark to magic is still out there, folks. It's amazing, but it absolutely is. I can tell you the aspect. This is how bizarre it gets. Now, if you're interested in real estate and you're an accredited investor, we have a fund. Okay, you can email tigerfund@tfnn. If you happen to be in Florida, I'm going to be doing a workshop in Longboat Key in about another week, and then I got another one in Boston in a week and a half. So check.
And sometimes what some people don't realize is that if you qualify as an accredited investor, plus you also got retirement funds out there that have been performing the way that you want to, that becomes the easy way to be able to participate in something like this, because you're not having to come up with new capital.
No, you're
just trying to get existing capital to actually start working for you. And I think that I don't know if folks really recognize that, because that is the best way to take a look at it.
It is, because then you defer in profits, period.
Yeah.
And the money's already there.
Yes.
And so the amazing part, so watching how this comes down, folks, okay? Now, if you know something about how the mortgage market goes, there's MERS, M-E-R-S. Mm-hmm. So MERS, folks, is the big scandal. And MERS is where everything gets sold into. Then you have the individual banks. And so the ideal is that we're buying them off the bank house stairs. So we're already out so many months. I know who owes the mortgages and a whole ball of wax. Well, wait to hear what's happening. And this is where I think that the BAC and the Citigroup are going to continue to get down the tubes, and this is why. Because now I have a spreadsheet as to the banks that are bidding the properties up.
Yes.
Versus the banks that are letting them go.
Okay.
Well, guess what? Now, if they bid the properties up, what happens is this. Now, listen how sick this is. If they bid the properties up, they have to pay the stamp. Okay, so let's say that the bank is owned $400,000 on a property.
Yes.
The property is only worth $200 because they got the judgment at $400. Being totally uneducated as to how the process goes, the bank bids $400.
Yes.
Now the bank's going to pay a stamp on $400.
I see. Okay.
Where they could have bid $100.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the bottom line. This is how this thing shakes out. What has happened thus far is this. Wells Fargo, we're watching them, they're letting them go.
They are, okay.
They are. Okay. BAC bids them up.
Okay.
Citigroup is really hidden. Citigroup, we don't have as many on Citigroup, okay?
Yeah.
In the MERS system, now this is where it gets really whacked out.
Yeah.
The MERS system continues. They bid it up, and I think what's going on with the MERS part of it is that they still don't know who owns it.
Right.
So they have to bid it up, and then they split it up with the banks. Isn't that sick?
I see. Okay.
So this is a process, folks, that's going to go on for 2 or 3 years. Well, in Florida it is, because right in Pinellas County we have 10,000 foreclosures already. We're doing about, we're doing about 30 a day. And out of the 30 a day, 20 of them are getting canceled because what people do is they go BK. You can't blame them right before it. They want to stay in the house longer.
Yeah.
Or the county cancels them because they don't have all the paperwork in.
Yes.
But it's wild watching it. It really understanding. And And the understanding part of this has to do with the accounting rules.
Yes.
More than anything.
Yes.
Because watch this: even though they pay the stamp when they bid it up, they still don't have. Now they don't have to write it off yet. That's what gets so sick. Well, they write one part of it, but they don't have to write the whole thing off. That's what's so sick about it.
Is that what's driving Bank of America then?
BAC, they have so many thousands of them. It's absolutely insane. I mean, it's like sick. And what has happened, the neat thing that's happened in Florida, though, is that everyone's been in their houses so long.
Yes.
That they're not wrecking the houses.
Yeah.
The houses are beautiful.
Right.
Folks, they've been in these houses for 4 or 5 years. Well, 3 to 4 years not paying rent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like sick. It's like, you got to be kidding me, It's unbelievable. So if you do want information about it, anyway, folks, and you can. So what a accredited investor is that you'd make $200,000 per year for the last 2 years, or $1 million net, excluding your primary house.
That's right. And remember, you don't have to, it's not, you can utilize retirement funds.
That's right.
Self-directed retirement funds for this program.
Right. And we have there's two separate funds. There's one feeder fund that's a $15,000 minimum, the other's $100,000 minimum. But if you want some information, just email TigerFund at TFNN. So.
Now, who's got anybody coming out with numbers, that's going to have any kind of significant impact?
No, I mean, this morning you had the retail numbers, you have the PPI come out. And the PPI came out actually a little bit hot, not that hot, but and that's where the divergence goes. When I watch how they wanted to whack gold, I just cracked up. I says, okay, you want to whack gold, but yet the dollar still wasn't there. You can see gold's rejecting it.
Yeah.
So right now, gold's at 89,000 contracts. I think we're going against 157. 127 and 159. It's going to need more than that, So
Google's got a little bit of energy in it right now. It's up $11. So
you know what, Google? That's an ABC up, man. That's intense. And now being a bear, and this is where we got to watch out for Ilka. She might pawn us. That Google is saying a lot, folks. Google's saying it's going for the highs.
When did they come out with numbers? Have they?
No, they didn't. What they did is this, and this is where I think they are going to take over the next stop. What they did yesterday is that they bought Frommer's. They bought 320. The travel books, folks, okay?
Yeah.
They bought that from Wiley, and that's really smart because you know what? The amount of money that's spent on travel is absolutely unbelievable, okay?
Yeah.
And they already own Zagnets and restaurants.
Okay.
And that is a huge deal. And, when you talk about the amount of advertising in travel, it's astronomical. It's just... That's a big driver, man.
No.
And so they're going to have that lock, stock, and barrel now.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, he owned 75% of the market in Japan. That's what that was. Wow. His business was guidebooks.
Okay,
so overseas in Asia, when people would go travel, they would take these guidebooks. Inside these guidebooks would tell you, where to stay, where to eat, where to do things.
Right.
And he had 75% of that market share. That was a big business.
Oh, it's huge business. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us, folks. You stay right there. We're going to be coming right back. And of course, it's Tuesday, so on Tuesday we go from Florida. We're going to go to Santa Fe, New Mexico with Kate Stalter, 11 to 12. Chicago, Victor Jones. The Option Hour, Darryl Martin down in Texas. Back here with David White, Ken Shreven in California. Back here 4 to 6. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll you'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of tfnn.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Kate Stalter on the Small Cap Roundup, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Let's take a look at some of the high-volume stocks in a low-volume market. Home Depot up $1.63. This action there. We'll come back to that one. Groupon is done. Dead meat. Michael Kors has got some action up $5.79. Groupon's down $1.75. We have Marbell, that's flat, down 6 cents. Lowe's is off 13. But let's Home Depot. Let's see what she's doing. Look at that. She's at a high, 7.4 million shares.
Got some volume today, too.
She's got the volume, too. You know, it's, between the home building shares, the home builders, Home Depot, the national mortgage companies, they're all happening. I mean, the baby's happening.
Yeah.
And it totally, well, to me it makes sense because of the fact that when you can buy supply 50% under what you can build it, it's in the cash flow positive. It's like, okay, give me another investment right now that can happen to.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not out there.
Yes.
I haven't seen an investment like that since I was basically doing the bankrupt bonds in 80 and the travel deal in 80. Yeah. That's the last time I actually
Well,
saw
what was nice about that business, you already had a marketplace as well. So you had buyers out there.
We had a marketplace.
You know, you had the demand. And in this case here, you've got demand too from the rental side of what's going on.
Big time. And listen, I got to tell you this, folks. You talk about a small world. Now, we were just talking about this, but I got an email this morning from one of the guys that we used to work together, right?
Yeah.
Now, he's a pilot now, right?
Yes.
But I got to tell you this funny story because, folks, you got to picture something when you have a business that's really rocking and rolling anyway, and you're working 12 hours a day. You got to have fun at the same time.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
Well,
yes.
My buddy's name's Greg. Okay. And he, just like you, really in shape, always working out, right?
Yeah.
But you talk about a tiger, this guy was a real animal, okay? So picture this. He loved eating meat, right? Now picture, my children are young at the time, right? And I said to him one day, I says, you know what? I says, I'll tell you what, for every sale that you get, I'm going to put a big hunk of steak above your head. I'm not kidding, right? And I says, the closer that we get to the goal every day, right, the more that, bottom line is that we're going to go out and have that huge steak. And what reminded me of it, when we were talking about Regina, is him and I, we used to always get out on the north end.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, we had more fun about, you got to picture this, folks. You got to have fun when you crank it up. We had more fun about that than anything. And you know, and I've seen him over the past years. He says, "Man, I wish you always put that steak there one day." Because you know, we're just laughing. I mean, he was one of the best sales guys I ever had. Period. I mean, he just and now it's great because at the time, you know, the airline business was slow. He was a pilot.
Yeah.
And now he's been a pilot since then. So hey, cool. so he's watching us right now. So hey,
is he?
Yeah, he just said I haven't talked to him in like 5 or 6 years, and he sent me an email this morning.
That's cool.
I know.
That's cool.
Cool. So, Greg, the next time, Greg, when Elka loses her bet, we're going to bring you to Regina's with us. Oh, boy. Well, if you win your bet, we'll bring Greg, too. Either way, we're going to bring it.
That would be great. That's totally great. Tell you, these cosmetic stocks have been moving. You know, this morning you've got Estee Lauder.
Yeah.
I think last week there was I think it's Elizabeth Arden.
Liz Arden.
Oh, man.
Estee Lauder, even from 2008, it just took off and never come back.
Yeah.
It just, you know, bottom line is that makeup is, the profit potential, the profit, the margin must be 1,000% or something.
Yeah. I mean, they've absolutely taken off.
A lipstick this big is what, $25?
You know, and then we're about to go to another beauty out there.
That's right, Kate Stalter.
That's right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
You stay right there, folks, because we have Kate Stalter coming with you 11 to 12. Then we're going to be doing the option hour with Victor Jones, 12 to 1. Daryl Martin, 1 to 2. Nate X Pro. David White back here, technology 2 to 3. Ken Shreve, breakout stocks 3 to 4, and back here 4 to 6.
Take care, folks.
Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Recently.